Hi everyone, my name is Adelinn Cook and I am the Director of Recreational Therapy at Wasatch Crest Treatment Services. Wasatch Crest is a recovery center located in Heber City, Utah. We treat individuals struggling with substance abuse and underlying mental health issues. We really try to emphasize the power of nature, leisure, and recreation in recovery. Our recreational therapy program strives to provide clients with opportunities to rediscover their passions and develop a meaning of life or purpose in life. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of incorporating healthy leisure activities into recovery. Before we get into recreation and leisure and how to incorporate that into aftercare, I'm going to first talk a little bit about what recreation and leisure actually is. So essentially what leisure is freedom from the demands of work or duty when one can enjoy hobbies. Leisure is not necessarily time to rest, although it absolutely can be. Leisure activities include anything that is outside of work, school, family obligations. For example, some of my favorite leisure activities include rock climbing, fly fishing. I like to play disc golf. I also like to just walk my dog and then sit around the campfire with friends. And then recreation is refreshment by means of pastime, diversion, agreeable exercise, or any other resource that offers enjoyment, amusement, or pleasure. Recreation is an activity of leisure, whereas leisure is discretionary time. The need to do something for recreation is an essential element of human biology and psychology. So there are a lot of benefits of incorporating leisure into aftercare. I think that recreation and leisure are so beneficial to recovery for three main reasons. First of all, recreation and leisure provide diversion, so it keeps our mind off of daily stressors in our life. If you've ever heard of the term flow, it is a psychological term to describe optimal experience. So in a flow state, concentration is so intense that there is no attention left over to think about anything irrelevant or to worry about our problems. Self-consciousness kind of disappears in this state and sense of time becomes distorted. An activity that produces such experiences is really gratifying if people are willing to do it for its own sake, really with little concern for what they're going to get out of it or if it's difficult or dangerous. That stuff kind of just disappears in a state of flow. You might have experienced flow if you've ever engaged in a sport or if you've created art. You just get so immersed in that activity that you lose sense of time and space. It's really good for the human experience. Another reason that I think recreation and leisure is really important to recovery is because it provides structure. So scheduling time for meaningful activities throughout the day has a lot of benefits. And we all know how important it is to have that structure in recovery. And it doesn't necessarily mean doing the same things every day, but rather creating some type of consistency and familiarity in your life. Humans respond really well to schedules, and most of us prefer to know what lies ahead in the day, and then it gives us something to look forward to. Lastly, I think recreation and leisure is so important in recovery because it provides positive affect. Rec and leisure is super, super beneficial for the mind, the body, and the spirit. You can benefit physically, socially, emotionally, spiritually from engaging in an activity that you enjoy. And research has shown us that leisure activities can help reduce depression, can help relieve stress, can increase our self-esteem, and just improve overall life satisfaction and quality of life. So if you're just joining us now, thanks for joining us. My name is Adelinn. I'm the Director of Recreational Therapy. I'm going to talk now about how to develop new leisure interests and then how to rediscover passion. So getting back into things that you might have done before you started using. We all know that when we get clean and sober, we have a lot more time for meaningful activities. Not to mention having fun in recovery is imperative. If you're not sure how you should spend that time, try thinking about first past leisure interests. So what leisure activities did you engage in before you started using? What did you like to do when you were younger? How can you nourish your inner child? Think about also your current interests. So how do you like to spend your free time now? And then how can you make those activities more conducive to a recovery lifestyle? And then also think about future interests. So what are some things that you've always wanted to try? What activities push you out of your comfort zone and cultivate growth? And then additionally, maybe think about the benefits that you'll receive, and then think about like how these activities are going to give some balance in your life. I like to break down the benefits of each activity into the following domains. So, what activities provide you with like social benefits? So what allows you to connect and socialize with others? We all know that attending meetings, whether it's 12 steps, smart recovery, or refuge recovery, that allows us to connect with people that have similar life experiences. Joining a sober sports league can help you stay connected to the recovery community, and you can have fun playing your favorite sport. Physical benefits. What activities are good for maintaining your physical health? For example, hiking and rollerblading are great ways to maintain cardiovascular health, especially if you don't like going to the gym. So you can find ways to engage your body physically that aren't necessarily like going to the gym and running on the treadmill or lifting weights. Also think about the emotional benefits of leisure activities. What activities are going to help you fight mental health struggles? For example, going on long walks or jogs is a great preventative way for depression, or preventative mechanism for depression. Rock climbing is great for self-esteem because it helps us feel empowered, like we're conquering our fears. And then also think about the spiritual benefits of the leisure activity. So what activities increase your spiritual connection? Doing yoga and meditation is a great way to strengthen that mind-body connection. And it can help establish a connection with your higher power. Engaging in service work is a great way to give back to the community, and it reminds us to stay humble. So I know that a big limitation that comes up for almost all of us is money. Although recreation and leisure is an important part of your life and you should make time for it every day, some activities can be challenging to squeeze into your budget. To figure out how much you're able to spend on leisure activities, consider breaking down your expenses by creating a budget. And it seems really simple, but having that visual representation of where your money is going can be a helpful way to ensure that you're spending your money wisely. So essentially all you do is take your monthly expenses and then subtract it from your income. So it's basically your paycheck minus expenses like rent, utilities, your car payment, fuel, health insurance, groceries, prescriptions, and then that is the money that you have left over for leisure activities. And if you discover that you have little to no finances left over for leisure activities that cost money, consider what things that you can do that are completely free. I have a few examples of activities that you can do that cost nothing pretty much except for the fuel it takes to get to the location. So hiking is a great one, and the All Trails app is like the best app that I've discovered for finding a trail that fits what I want to do. You can put in like the elevation gain, the length of the trail, if you want to go bird watching, or just you want to see a waterfall or something like that. You can literally like narrow it down to exactly what type of hike you want to do. Fantastic app. It's called All Trails. Go to the park and play a sport, meet up with some friends or family members, go disc golfing. Utah has a ton of amazing disc golf courses. And visiting a museum. A lot of museums in Utah are free to the public, and I know that's true for other states as well. You can also find meaningful activities to do at home. So brainstorm self-care activities like doing yoga and meditation, and there's a ton of resources on YouTube. My favorite person to do yoga with is Adrienne. It's called Yoga with Adrienne. On her page on YouTube, she has a ton of different videos that you can look at. Like if you need a 5-minute yoga session, like 30 minutes. You can narrow it down by like the length of time, what kind of yoga you want. If you have some neck pain, she has videos for that. If you have a hip injury, she helps you walk through how to modify poses for that. Just a very wonderful resource on YouTube, and it's totally free. Taking a bubble bath, using like essential oils or bath bombs, that's become really popular. Aromatherapy is really good for reducing stress and anxiety. Just taking that time for yourself to replenish yourself. Also create something, paint, doodle, or knit. Knitting is a really great diversional leisure activity because it keeps your hands busy. You can also do other things at the same time, like watch TV while you're knitting. And then when you're done knitting, like you have this awesome proof of like something that you created. So hats are really easy to make. If you buy like a little pack of looms somewhere like Michael's, it's really fun to do. Let's see, so journaling is also a good one, making gratitude lists, reading a good book or listening to a podcast. Baking is another great one where you have that like result of a product afterwards and you can enjoy it or share it with other people. So making time for recreation and leisure can be difficult sometimes. It's challenging to balance the demands of work, family, school if you're in school, and then IOP and aftercare. It seems like we have really busy schedules and it's hard to find time to have fun in recovery. And it can be overwhelming to think about adding more things to our already long to-do list, but remember that boredom is a huge trigger in recovery and complacency is dangerous to a healthy recovery lifestyle. One thing that I like to work on with clients is making a leisure calendar. So instead of adding events to your phone, consider purchasing or creating your own personalized calendar. Humans respond really well to visual stimuli, so having a calendar hanging up on your wall is a great reminder to complete necessary tasks and have fun every day. So instead of just writing in appointments and things you have to do, meetings and other tasks, indicate on your calendar at least one thing that you can do every day that brings you joy. Plan out weekend activities in advance as well. Make sure that you write in something fun that you're gonna do, either by yourself, with friends, or with family. Schedule time for that at least once a week and then do something smaller daily. And then remember to tell someone about your plans too, even if it's just shooting a quick text to a friend or family member and saying, hey, I'm going on a hike this weekend. Just that simple text is going to mean that you're more likely to follow through with doing that activity. It's that accountability piece. So that concludes my brief presentation on how to incorporate recreation and leisure into aftercare. If you have any additional questions or would like some community leisure resources, please feel free to email me at adelinn@wasatchcrest.com. It's ADELINN. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Make sure you're following us on Facebook. We will be featuring more Facebook Lives with Wasatch Crest team members. And if you'd like to learn more about the treatment programs and admissions process, visit our website at wasatchcresttreatment.com or give us a call on our 24/7 line. Thanks, everyone.